Okay, so happy Saturday. This is the X4 Foundations with the Star Wars Interworlds mod, which just got a new update this morning. That's why we're doing it today. Normally we'd be doing Star Sector on Saturday with the Star Wars mod there too, but this Interworlds mod just did come out this morning. I was lucky enough to get it downloaded in time. It is running and stuff. We do have to do a brand new start simply because the amount of changes that have gone into this version of the mod, again, which is 0.9. And of course, there's been changes to X4 in the past. This year, they added more DLC, a big update to the game, a bunch of different stuff they've added in. And Silver Cats will come back. Just building like your fourth space engineer Star Destroyer from scratch. Going to be close to actual scale and very close to actual proper angles as you can get it. Your fourth space engineer. Oh, space engineer is the game. Okay. So, yeah. So as you can see, we do have a save game up here from version 0.86, but that's not supposed to be working, so we're not going to even try. So bye-bye 4 days of playtime. No big deal. But new universe. So,
After graduating from the Imperial Navy Academy with exceptional grades, you were given a choice to join the Navy as a regular starfighter pilot or become a free agent and bring order to the galaxy in other different ways that
that's
may
nice.
not be directly associated
Wish I
with
could
the
stop
Empire.
this.
Fortune favors the bold in a heated game.
A recently announced volunteer program allowed you
We're not playing any of these, by
In
the
the
way.
secretive world of Hapes, you yearned for adventure. Spending nights in your family's estate, planning your escape, determined to leave the life of privilege behind.
I wish it would stop.
Though still at home, your heart and mind were already soaring through the stars, ready to embrace the thrill of adventure and experience the hard life of the galaxy.
Done. Okay, so one of the things they've added to this version of the mod is the Sith Empire. You can actually interact with them in a non-hostile way. Because in previous versions, they've basically just been hostile to everybody, but they've changed it so that's not necessarily a thing anymore. So you can actually, work with the Sith, and they made some changes to them as well, so that they will actually be a functioning empire in the game. And if you're not familiar with X4 and how it works, is just the base game, you have different major factions, and they interact with each other through trade and war and different types of diplomacy now. So you get that, and that's what the Star Wars mod is about too. The only thing is there's way more factions. It seems like just a few more. And you have the larger factions, the smaller factions. Some of the smaller factions basically are, piggybacked onto the larger ones. But it's fine. They interact with each other, and then you interact with them. And over time, as your company, because that's basically what you are in this, you're a company. As your company grows, it affects your relationship with these other factions that are out there. So if you have, say, you're doing trade with the New Republic. Oh, sorry. I guess we should start with when this mod is taking place. This is not a just any time in the world or Star Wars universe type deal. This is taking place after the Battle of Endor. So after the second Death Star was destroyed, this is when this mod is basically taking place. So there's no Alderaan, there's no Death Stars, that kind of stuff. At least there's no Death Stars that I know of. So it's taking place again after episode 5. No, sorry, after episode 6 and before episode 7. So that's where we are in the time frame. Having said that, so the Republic is a thing. So say you make friends with the New Republic and you do trade with them, and your reputation with them is increasing. Well, as that's happening, the Empire is still around, and they're still not friends of the New Republic, are also around. And as your reputation with the New Republic goes up, your reputation with those factions that don't like them is probably going to go down. Not necessarily, it's not a lot, it's not big jumps, it's slight, depending on what you're actually doing for the New Republic. If you're helping them win their wars, expect your reputation to be dropping with those factions a little bit faster, because more than likely, if you're helping the New Republic with the wars, you're fighting those factions. They don't appreciate it when you blow up their stuff. But if you're doing trade, you're just playing Mr. Smuggler or Mr. Merchant, that kind of stuff. Your reputation changes are going to be a little bit more slight. And if you're smart, or you can maybe try to pull it off with the smaller company, is you can keep those reputations pretty balanced between New Republic and, say, the Empire and the Hutts and those guys. If you trade with all of them, you can try to keep your reputation a little bit more balanced. The thing is as your company gets bigger, your reputations get bigger, or reputation changes get bigger because you're just doing more business. So it's a little bit harder to keep things balanced. So just keep that in mind. Why would you want to ally with the Sith? Just to be different? Do you want emperors? Because that's how you get emperors. I don't think you understand. Well, this game, you can be an emperor. You can do it. There's a lot of work involved, but you can be an emperor. As far as I know, there's no Death Star in this version. The biggest ship currently in this game that I'm aware of is the Executor class Super Star Destroyer, which is a thing. And the only way you can get one is to basically ally yourself with the Empire, because they're the ones who make it. So you have to get the blueprint through them. And it's a special quest and that kind of stuff. Bellators are in this game too. Bellators are in this mod. I haven't seen one, but they're supposed to be in here. The Eclipse is not a thing. The Eclipse is not a thing. So now the question is what do we actually want to play, or stuff? Who do we want to ally? You don't even have to ally with anybody from the start, to be honest. It's just the idea is how do we want to start? What do we want to do? What's the ultimate plan? That kind of deal. There's no ultimate plan at the start for me. It's usually pick a faction or pick a place to start and see how it goes. And, pick a ship, go from there. We're doing, true sandbox type deal. Get to, name your character, maybe. There we go. So, Gimpy, human, male, it doesn't really matter. Oh, they changed? They add these? Nah, these have been here for a while. The humanoid models in this game are not the best. Just to be clear, they're not the best. So, why is that one not changing? Oh, and these are the other races that are in the game that are kind of not what we're going to be doing. Goofiest looking one, right? Doesn't really matter who it is. The model doesn't really affect anything. Are there Mandalorians? Mandalorians are a faction in the game, yes. This is as personal as the models get. So add and remove where. Actually, sorry. So yeah, this is. So how many credits do we want to start with? I like to start with a few million, like 10. How much should they? They let us go with 10 million credits. I like to do that because this actually is enough to get a little station up and running, or buy a couple of ships, to make some money. So you don't have to, haul cargo all day or do all kinds of missions and stuff. So I usually go with 10 million just to get a nice little starting point. Want a repair laser. The SATA I never use. Space shoot scanner, yes, we need that. And then do you want to be lugging stuff around? Oh, actually, spacesuit upgrades. We want a hand laser. Personal blaster, what am I going to need that for? Why would I need a personal blaster? Spacesuit bomb, spacesuit EMP. Thrusters Mark II. Sporting rifle, I don't even know what that stuff is for. You don't even see your model, do you? Maybe in a spacesuit? Not directly. It might show up here and there in certain situations, but most of the time you don't even see your model. Blowing locks, that's all you really need is the hand laser does that. At least I thought so. Apparently it's a spacesuit bomb. Yeah. But anyway, that's fine. General wares, we don't want to do that. Just crafting wares, we'll collect that stuff as normal. General wares, trade wares. So, for those of you who know, this game, the ships that you fly around on, you can actually make modifications to them as far as improvements, not huge modifications, but usually general improvements, that kind of thing. And you have to collect certain types of materials. And so this is just giving you a slight little jump into that, if you know what you're looking for, which I don't. So we're good. Blueprints. So this is a way to save money. This is a good way to save some of that 10 million is just to go through and go, okay, what kind of blueprints do you want to start with? And this is all the different blueprints you can buy. In this case, do we want to, or do we want to be fair, be a little bit more honest? Production. Energy self-production, these are fairly expensive. Get a carrier. No other flagship required. Yeah. So, we usually go with the Imperial stuff if we can get it, because it looks a little bit different than the traditional stuff. So just for different looks, and so we don't have to work with their reputation, we can grab these for fun. So we're going to grab that one. Don't want to be too crazy. So that's to produce energy cells to get us a little bit of money. And then storage. So what kind of storage modules do we want? We'll just take all of these. These are the containers stuff. Different sizes, so different costs. Mandalorians have a slightly different look, but it's really not that different. It's got 42 hangars. That's it. That should be okay for now. Oh, unless we want to do a docks too. Where's the Imperial stuff? So, Imperial 3 dock, EMT harbor. Oh, these are harbors. Docking platform. Imperial dock. I don't know what that one is. We can just grab these and not have to worry about them. Again, we're just grabbing the Imperial stuff because of the look. Is that going to be enough? I think that should be good enough. So other modules, blah, blah, blah. Oh, the base structures. These are pieces and parts to put things together. Basically your Legos. And if we really wanted to save a lot of money by grabbing these now, because that's not cheating at all. Does it sell the Imperial ones? Of course, you can't. If you have the blueprints, it allows you to build them, but you have to still get the pieces and parts to build the station that's gonna, or build the factory that's gonna build the ship, and then you have to get all the pieces and parts together to build stuff. It's a lot of small parts to get together, smaller parts. So, the executor is not listed here that I see. Allocators. These are blueprints, keep in mind. We're just looking to see what we're trying to put in our backpack for later on. So I can give you an idea. So what's cool about this game is even though you have the blueprint to, say, build a Y-Wing, you still have to, in order to build that Y-Wing, you still need all the parts that Y-Wing need, like guns and engines, and shields and hull and whatever, thrusters, whatever. So you still have to get those blueprints too, if you want to build everything yourself. Otherwise, you have to wait for somebody to go get them for you. Hey, Brew, welcome back. Travel from Star Sector to this universe? Yeah, because new mod update today, as in this morning for this. I've been waiting for it for like 6 months. So I've been very, very patient until this morning. I went, oh shit, I got to grab this. So anyway, so these are all the different blueprints you can do for building stuff. So again, when you build a fighter or a capital ship and stuff, you need all the necessary components in order to build it, like shield generators and engines and thrusters and weapons and all the things that go into it. So, but again, these are just blueprints we're just kind of looking at, and consumables and stuff. But okay, so we're good on blueprints there. Foundation. Foundation red. So that. Okay, so this is our starting character, Gimpy. He's going to be an Imperial human male, 1 model. Nothing special there. Going to start off with 10 million credits. A pair of lasers, some extra equipment. No big deal. Grabbed a bunch of blueprints so we can start off a little energy production station. We're ready to find a spot for that. Starting ship. So what ship should we go with? So many different little ones to go with. I don't want to start with the small ship because they go poof too quickly sometimes. So, but as you can see, there's a bunch to choose from. Arc 170s. I still think I started the game with one of these once. Start off with a little squad. Couple of, I think 3 of these. What total? I think I grabbed the first one and then I grabbed enough money to buy 2 more. I think that's what I did. Arc 170. Nice little heavy fighter. B-Wing is always fun. But again, we're just looking at these. We're not going to actually use them. At least not this one. Kimchilla. That, I think, is actually a turret spot, I think. It is not. Okay. What else? Hero is a poor man's impeller. Yeah, sure it is. It's a restart. It's a brand new start, yes. Yeah, B-Wings are fun to fly. Oh, the Skurg. I like the Skurg. And my last run, as you can see, if I have some stuff. Put an ion cannon turret on this thing. Is it that what it is? Is that what the turret is? Yeah, the turret is, I think it's an ion cannon. Is that right? No, that's not right. No, those are out on the sides. No, there's a turret, just a regular laser turret. But anyway, I flew around and I built a big fleet of these and used them to bomb stations and stuff as a little squadron or big squadron. These are actually kind of cool. They're heavy fighter, but use them as bombers. They work. And the turret is nice because, something gets behind you, it shoots at them. You don't have to worry about it too much. Oh yeah, everybody's favorite, the probe droid. Going to use these as much as we can usually because they're great for mapping out sectors. And they're relatively cheap. There's your lats. Are there K-Wings? I don't think there's K-Wings in this. I do not think there are K-Wings in this. I don't think. Yeah, not everything in Star Wars is in here. Fire spray is in a different size of ships. Don't worry, we'll get there. This is your TIE Interceptor. That. TIE Bomber. TIE Defender. Use this. These are great ships in this game. I mean, they're great ships, period, in any game. But I've flown around on these for quite a while. In most of my runs, it seems like. Because it's funny how you gravitate towards them because they're that good. A lot of different ones we don't really see too often. The Reaper. Oh, it's a gunboat. Oh, but it's small. We don't want that. Oh, Royal Guard. So the Royal Guard versions, basically all this means is they have shields. Actually, every fighter in this game has shields, whether it's a regular TIE fighter or an interceptor or a bomber. They do have shields in this game, otherwise they would instantly explode in fights. So the main difference between a regular interceptor and the Royal Guard is the Royal Guard has better shields, is really what it means. And it's got a different color to it, too. Phantoms, these are pretty decent, surprisingly. Your favorite missile boat? The missile boat? Or the missile? Yeah, your favorite missile boat, the missile boat. I don't think that's in here. The Reaper, where to solve this? Striker, and this is just a weird one. The Echelon, this is fun. This is basically an assault shuttle type deal. I use these in one of my runs for capturing ships. Use a squadron of these guys. Because they have the weapons to disarm larger ships and then bring in the small amount of Marines to take it over. Working as a squadron, of course. One ship's not enough, but if you have, like, say, 12 of them, it's a different story. The V-Wing. The Victor Wing. I've used these guys, too, in squadrons. These are bomber? No, these are another heavy fighter, but they've got a turret, too. And put ion cannons on this one for assaulting larger ships. So this is a fun little ship, too. I'd like the Skurg better, but that one's not too bad. X-Wing, of course. There's, I think, 3 different X-Wings. There's 2 of the T-65s, and there's a T-70 something, I think. T-70, T-70B. Oh, there's 3 different versions of it. Different colors, basically. So basically, this is the new X-Wing versus the old X-Wings. And of course, everybody's favorite bombers, the Y-Wings. They even come with little little droids that sit in the back, and as you're flying along, they talk to you and stuff. It's fun. And it's got the ion turret, too. So, Y-Wings, slower than dirt, but man, they hit hard. Tug, Z95 Headhunter, yeah. Different, another lat. Of course, the U-Wing. Okay, so that's the small stuff. Now, as far as the medium-sized ships, so was it Brew complaining about the fire spray? The fire spray is a thing. So, again, this is the next size up. These are medium-sized ships. Some of them could be classified as heavy fighters, but yeah. I don't think I've actually owned one of these in this game. Mainly because it doesn't really match what I'd like. It's got what? 2 rapid-fire laser cannons, 2 ions, and a seismic charge launcher. I don't even know what the seismic charge does in this game. Made a B-Wing and Space Engineers. Dropped a Boba Fett seismic mine on your Millennium Falcon. Nothing left of it. So, fire spray. Yeah, if you want to fly around in one of these, you can. Not a choice for me. It just doesn't do what I want it to do. No, it's not. It doesn't do what I don't want it to do. It doesn't do what I want to do with my ship. So, looking at Diplomat. So this is the Corellian Corvette model. There's different versions of these, as you can see. Different versions being basically the guns and stuff on them. It charges seismic, obviously. What was I thinking? Is this new? Nah, this isn't new. I just haven't really used them. Very sleek looking. Oh, it's a gun. How is it a gunboat? 4 heavy laser cannons and 2 missile launchers. That's a gunboat, huh? Charges phones with seismic energy. There you go. For free. Crusaders, this is a Mandalorian ship, I believe. Very effective at its job at shooting stuff down. This is basically an improved Corellian Corvette as far as its function. This is, again, slightly better. Defender like Corvette. Oh, this is the ship. I was thinking I should probably do this. I was going to start a run when I was playing the Star Wars: The Old Republic with as the Jedi, and the Jedi Knight and the Jedi Consular. This is the ship they get to fly around in. This is it here. Unfortunately, the model, the environment inside of it is not what it is in the New Republic. It's basically a basic cockpit and that kind of stuff for X4 ship, which sucks. But this is actually the ship that you fly around in the New Republic if you go Jedi. Not exactly the same weapons, but because for reasons. But that's what it is. So it's got the proud turbo laser, and then it's got a dual turbo laser turret, which is up here on top, and then the two dual turbo lasers on the sides there, and the prow is somewhere in here. That might be it there. So this is a potential starting ship for me. I'm not sure what I would do with it though. So speed is 264, so it's not the fastest. Travel speed is eh. It doesn't have any missiles, despite what the New Republic would like, or sorry, the Old Republic would like you to think. It's got 2 small docks, so that what this means is 2 fighters could dock with this thing for transportation purposes. They will not get serviced, basically, as far as you can't reload them, can't repair them, that kind of stuff. It's mainly just take us somewhere. And that's about it. That's all that those 2 docks mean. The capacity means that they would be able to service those ships, because of 0, not going to happen. And those missile stuff. How expensive is this ship? 3 million? It might be a little ship to play around with, but we'll see. Keep that in mind. So that is the Defender, right? Yeah, Defender like Corvette. Fire spray we looked at. Gauntlet Starfighter. Oh yeah, we've seen this. The Weequay, this is the ship we used on the last run I did. The ship is fine. The only problem is these wings. They hit a lot of stuff. So, this, like I said, the ship itself is fine as far as what it does. It's 2 medium concussion missile launchers. So that's medium. So they're small, medium, and I think there's large size missiles too. But the medium launchers means those missiles can be damaging to larger ships. And then it's got the 3 turbo lasers. There's 1 on the chin there, and then 2 on the wings, 1 on each side, and then it's got 3 turrets. Maybe that's actually no, that's the 1 on the chin. What are the other 2 turrets? Oh no, the turrets are here on the front too. I forgot about this. So that sorry, the turbo lasers are actually right here in the front. These little pylons. These are where the big turbo lasers are. The proud turbo lasers. They're right here in the front. The turrets are here and here, which makes this ship very vulnerable from behind because it's got nothing to protect itself. So, because these turrets only go basically up and down and off to the sides. They do not go to the rear and to the front. It goes to the front, of course. But, yeah. The ship isn't horrible. But I said that the main issue with the ship is these fins. These actually fold up when it lands. So they go out to the sides. So they fold down, fold up. But when you're flying, they're up like this. And you have a tendency to run into things. But, yeah. This one? That's the Defender that we were looking at, Bob. The Defender is the one that the Jedi get. Yeah, this is the one the Jedi get in the Old Republic. Yeah, this is the one. Slightly different in that this does not have a missile launcher like it does in the other game, in the Old Republic. So anyway, Moving on, we're still looking for a ship. So Lancer, this is a nice little gunship. This is a Mandalorian ship originally, I think. I think the Mandalorians sell this. So it's got 4 heavy laser cannons, all here on the front, right there. So it hits pretty hard looking forward. And it's got a tractor beam projector, which is that thing. And I think that really just stops fighters from being a pain. But it doesn't kill them. So this ship is questionable on how effective it is. But okay, so there's cannon here and then the 2 down below. But it's a fun little ship. This is actually, you can actually get in, when you get in this one, you can actually walk around in it too. It's one of the ships that actually has an interior you can walk around, which is kind of cool. The Raider. Oh, yeah, I've had one of these before too. These are, what's nice about the Raider here is the different options you have. Because you can swap out some turrets for missile launchers. So you can make it into like a little missile boat. I think you can have up to 6 light concussion missile launchers. And it's going to only be concussions, which are good for shooting on fighters. And then, the turbo lasers. So the 4 light turbo lasers for shooting down ships of its own size. Quad lasers for shooting down fighters and stuff. And you can swap out the quads for missile launchers and vice versa. I think you have to have a minimum of 2 missile launchers, maybe? I forget. So there's gun there. Yeah, look, so that launcher you can't change out. So it's got to have at least 1 launcher. Like turbo lasers, I have that. So this is actually the stock build. 4 quads, 2 light missile launchers, and 2 light turbo lasers. This is the stock build. But like I said, you can change these 4 around to, whatever fits in the slots, which is different types of turrets for shooting on fighters, and then the missile launchers. So again, this is a little patrol type ship if you're dealing with troublemakers, small troublemakers. Looks like the gunship that I was looking at, the Lancer. The limited time of a Millennium Falcon and a Y-wing. Not really. Yes, spelling, not smelling, spelling. So we got that. The Weequay we looked at. Gas collectors.
Hello, Gimpy. It is time to take a break.
Busy.
Go get some more water while you are up.
Oh, these things can be...
This break supports the purchase of Rocket's treats. If you would like to help Rocket feel like a puppy again, please visit gimpyknee.com/support, or you can watch the ads during the break, or you can type !treats in chat. Thank you. Your next break is in 1 hour.